What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. For those who are new here, hello and welcome. And for all of my returning subscribers, hey. So today we are going to be taking a walk through the late summer garden. Today I'm going to be pulling out a lot of things and reseeding some areas. So I just want to show you what it looks like before we do all of that work. So I just want to take you guys for a quick walk through the garden before I go ripping everything out that's no longer producing. A lot of things have died back, so let's go on ahead and walk over. All right, before we walk over to the main area, just wanted to show you guys real quick what was going on up on the patio, or the deck rather. All of my basil up here is seeding, which is totally fine. As usual, the oregano is busting, child. And then my strawberries, while they look very, very ridiculous, I told you guys the last tour that I have not been able to get many strawberries off of it, but as you can see, I have a few things going on. This is some old mushy lettuce that needs to be yanked out, but yeah. So I have been able to harvest a few strawberries off of here, which makes Ashley a very happy Ashley. All right, in this first bed here, you can see got some beautiful zinnias popping up. I forget the variety here, but I am loving just having this pop of color. My sunflowers have opened up and they are now dying back. And I shared with you guys, my tomatoes have been quite sad. I'm holding on to this guy, and I don't even know why, because I haven't gotten much production off of it. Most of my tomatoes, actually, I haven't gotten a lot of production on. You can see I have some disease going on here, but I do still have quite a few fruits on most of my plants. This guy has nothing going on, so this is one of the ones that will be going today. As far as my eggplants, this one has not produced much, but as you can see, there are a ton of blooms right now, so I am going to continue to let this guy go. I need to pinch because I do still want some of this basil to do its thing. I did go on ahead and pull my Cherokee Purple as well as the Rutgers tomato that was in here, just because it had absolutely nothing going on. And after I pull these couple guys on this plant, which I may pull that today. Yeah, I may go on ahead and pull these today because this guy has not produced. Those are the only two tomatoes that I've gotten off my Black Beauty this year, which is really sad because normally this is a really good producer for me. I just think that maybe this area wasn't, you know, full with enough nutrients, maybe, I don't know. So yeah, I have my, this is a Gold Rush and a pear tomato, the yellow pear over here, which is like spread out everywhere. So I'm just letting it do its thing. Like, it's happy, so I'm not messing with it. As far as the gold tomato, what is this called? Sun Gold. It's doing a lot of this, and I believe that is blight. Blight. So I will be, you know, harvesting what I can off of here, and I will probably go on ahead and pull this guy out soon. I come around on the other side. My aromas are still doing pretty good. Looks like something tried to eat that. I may just go on ahead and harvest these today. This eggplant is doing pretty good. I might go on ahead and harvest this guy today too. But you can see it's gotten a bit taller. So I am going to continue to allow my eggplants to do their thing. I know that they do much better when it's super hot outside. So like I said, I'm going to let it do its thing. Over here, my Dr. White Cheese. I know you guys see that. Blight, blight. Yeah, that's what I'm suffering from right now. This guy, which is the Sweetheart tomato or cherry tomato, again, a whole lot of that blight. I've never experienced this before, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's like kind of bound to happen one year, and this year was my year that I experienced it. So just kind of is what it is. I'm getting what I can now, and you know, like I said, I'll go ahead and yank everything out eventually. All right, over here in my brassica bed, you can see my collards are still going strong. I really need to do a hefty harvest on these soon. You see quite a bit of bug damage, which is mostly from grasshoppers. It just is what it is, or crickets, or whatever the heck. But I'll go on ahead and be doing a hefty harvest off of these really soon. And then I have been suffering from some powdery mildew on my scarlet kales. So I want to say that I may need to go on ahead and pull these guys out. I trimmed them back really good, like, you know, getting rid of all of the leaves that were suffering pretty bad, as you can see. But it may be time for me to just let this guy go. You can see it just looks really bad. But surprisingly enough, the dino kale is still doing really, really well. Other than, like, you know, a little bit of grasshopper damage. I mean, it hasn't really been hit with the powdery mildew, which I'm shocked at. At least not this plant. I just stuck a tomato in my mouth, so excuse me while I enjoy. Swiss chard still going on strong. I'll need to do a hefty harvest on this as well. And my rutabagas. I just need to pull these out. You can see they look terrible. The powdery mildew was not able to be, you know, salvaged. And then next to that, I have my turnips. Those are growing in nicely. I'll probably thin this out a little bit just to allow a little bit more space. And my carrots are coming in strong. I do want to fill out just where I have like some bald areas, do a second sowing. Even though I did do a second sowing already, but I want to do another sowing in the areas that I can still fill out quite a bit. All right, you guys, this bed looks really sad. So here was my cucumber plant, and that guy is a goner. And I just let it do its thing. I figured it'd be easier later on to pull this down once it's all dried out. So that's another thing that I'll be pulling out today. And right next to that, I have all of my okra plants. I'm really kind of disappointed in how these look. They just look so stretched and weak. Like there's not a whole lot of leaves on them. I've been harvesting here and there, and I've just been freezing as I go because I'm only getting like a couple pods at a time, but still producing. This is another plant that likes to really bust loose once it gets like to the ass end of summer. All right, and right next to it, I did show you guys before that I was having some issues with my squash. And as you can see, one has completely died back, and I left that there just so I can show you guys. This was from a casualty of squash vine borers. They completely went into the vine and just decimated this plant from there. And so it just is what it is. This guy, however, has continued to thrive, even though I do have quite a bit of powdery mildew. It has been very, very rainy here and just hot. So it just kind of is what it is. But you can see I have a little squash over there, so I'll be harvesting that today. And then over here I have my noodle beans. This guy has gotten to the point where I'm not really harvesting much off of it, just kind of here and there. And so I'll let this go just a little bit longer to harvest what's on here, but then I think I'm gonna go on ahead and pull it out. I don't know, you guys tell me what you think, but look at that little guy. Cute. This zinnia patch is still busting and just looking ultra glorious. And then here in my final bed, this is all my ground cherries. I have been picking quite a few ground cherries up off the ground, which makes me a very happy Ash. And then my peppers are just starting to take off. My bell peppers, finally have peppers on there. I just harvested my first reasonable sized one the other day. I needed it for dinner. So those are doing really good. I just harvested a ton of fish peppers. You guys can check out that video. I did a quick ferment video just showing you guys how I'm using the harvest. And then these guys, which are, these are the peach rush pepper. I believe that's what they're called. They're really, really good. They're sweet, but very spicy. So I plan to do like maybe a pepper and ground cherry hot sauce. I think that will be really, really good. And then these guys, we figured out that they are habaneros. Chocolate habaneros specifically, you can see. And then lastly here, I have my green beans, which these are completely spent at this point. They're no longer developing flowers, so I will be pulling these suckers out today. All right, you guys, I'm all done here for today. I will bring you guys out here on another day to show you how I plan to amend and re-sow seeds in the spaces that I cleared out. Hope that you guys enjoyed watching me clear up my space today. If you did, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit the bell notification. That way you actually get notified every time I release a new video. If you really enjoy my channel, you want to make sure that you're actually seeing the content that I'm posting. And I know the algorithm has been slightly weird lately. So make sure that you hit the bell. I thank you all so much for stopping by today. I wish you all health, wealth, and prosperity. Until the next time, peace.